What if the clouds of uncertainty hanging over Hollis Hall are finally parting, revealing a glimmer of hope for our beloved Bears? Are we on the brink of witnessing a seismic shift, or will the echoes of the past continue to haunt us into the season? Hold on to your seats, Bears fans, because the first practice of training camp has just concluded, and it's anything but ordinary. Hit that like button, subscribe for every pulse-pounding shakeup, and let us know, do you feel that excitement in the air, or is it just another whirlwind of chaos about to engulf us? Whispers have been swirling around the team like leaves caught in a Chicago wind, and insiders are buzzing about who's in, who's out, and what it all means for the future of the Bears. Rumors are hitting hard that rookie sensation Luther Burden is not practicing today, and with whispers about lingering hamstring concerns, this could be a sign of something bigger than we realize. Combine that with Jalen Johnson and Z Frazier on the sidelines, and the buzz grows louder. What's happening at Hollis Hall? This isn't just another practice, folks. It's the arena of destiny, and the stakes are sky high. Now, let me drop some intel that might change everything. The standout news of the day is all about rookie AZ Trapilo getting the lion's share of the reps at left tackle. You heard me right. This raw talent is beginning to carve out a name for himself, while Braxton Jones, expected to lead the charge, was relegated to walkthroughs. This isn't just a minor shuffle. It's a declaration. It's a decisive moment in a competition that could redefine our offensive line. With a ferocious intensity echoing off the walls of training camp, the battles begin, and the true measure of grit will unfold before our eyes. Here's where the heart of a Bear truly beats as we recall the legend's Walter Payton dancing through defenders, Brian Urlacher's intimidating presence, and Devin Hester's game-changing electricity. This new wave could cleanse the palate of disappointment left by years of rebuilding and embracing a fresh identity. But before we get carried away dreaming of a new dynasty, let's circle back to Caleb Williams, who's adjusting to his first real taste of the NFL life. Yes, he threw an interception today on the very first play of our 7-on-7 drills, snagged by Payne Edmonds, and let's just say the tension in the air must have been thicker than our deep dish pizza. Couple that with his young offense, struggling to line up correctly during drills, and you can feel the anxiety creeping in. But hold up, fans, it's a learning curve, and the fact that it's happening in practice rather than on game day is a silver lining drenched in hope. The level of intensity Ben Johnson is bringing to the table beats louder than the Chicago wind howling through the loop. And with rumors swirling about his approach differing radically from Matt Eberflus, one can't help but wonder, have we finally turned the corner? Perhaps we are about to see a revolution, an offense that can adapt, a defense with teeth, and a city yearning for that clutch moment where we can collectively shout, "This is our time." The high-stakes drama of the Bears is palpable, with every practice unfolding like a meticulously crafted episode of your favorite sports series. What happens next could either set us on the path to glory or plunge us into the mire of despair once again. Will Luther Burden make his anticipated return to the field in the next few days, or will the specter of injury keep him sidelined longer? Can Caleb Williams shake off these early hiccups and find his footing as our franchise quarterback? And what about that revitalized defense under our new coaches? Will they embrace the challenge and elevate this team to heights we've only dreamt of? The tension mounts as we hold our collective breath, teetering on the edge of possibility. Bears Nation, this is far from over. Stay tuned, because in the world of football, every snap tells a story, and you won't want to miss what lies ahead. Part 2 is brewing, and trust me, there's more to come. Who's ready? Bear down. Raise your glasses, Bears Nation, because we're standing on the precipice of something monumental. Sure, every nerve in our bodies quakes with the dread of another season teetering on the edge of heartbreak. But we've clawed our way through misery after misery, and we've earned the right to hope. Picture it. The echoes of the 2010 heartbreak still haunt us. The bitter taste of that NFC championship loss lodged in our throats like a stubborn bone. and the agony of the double doink prickling our skin with every missed field goal in each subsequent game since. But here we are, on the cusp yet again, wrestling with that heavy juxtaposition of despair and hope as we analyze every single play, anticipate yet another fourth quarter collapse, or dare to dream that this could finally be the spark we've been waiting for. Now just imagine, the whispers coming out of Hollis Hall aren't just the usual prattle of optimism mixed with a twinge of fear, but a rallying cry among players who've tasted defeat and are determined not to let history repeat itself. Could it be that the fire ignited within this locker room has the potential to become a wildfire, spreading fervently through Chicago, from the coaching staff to the streets filled with die-hard fans? While we clutch our worn-out jerseys like talismans, you know all too well those corners of doubt still lurk just beneath the surface of our collective Bears psyche. The Packers, those arrogant arch-nemesis, secretly salivating at the thought of a Bears blunder. The Lions, with their percentage of parity, now somehow feeling revitalized while watching our team unravel. And the Vikings lurking, smug with their preseason hype and nostalgic memories of our crushing losses. But what if this is the moment we pivot, the genesis of something that could reshape our narrative from perennial losers to the fear Bears we remember in the glory days? What if the new era we've been longing for is not just about looking for our next quarterback to fill the legendary shoes of a Sid Luckman or a Jim McMahon, but about the culture we're building around our current franchise, a family of fearsome, pack ready to rise from the ashes of our past failings? All those legends who've donned blue and orange, like the indomitable Mike Singletary, whose intensity redefined linebacker play, or Brian Urlacher, whose very presence forced opponents to second-guess every move, are more than just memories. They are the very foundation we are desperately trying to rediscover. Their fight, their fire, it's etched into the fabric of this franchise, binding us together in the wreckage of previous seasons as we find ourselves staring into the abyss of uncertainty. Sure, we carry the scars of 1985, the ecstasy of a Super Bowl victory that flickered out too quickly, the heartbreak of 2006, kissed by fate's cruel hand, the resurgence of 2010, where a single fateful quarter saw everything crumble beneath our feet as we watched, wide-eyed and shivering, on our couches, screaming at the TV like it could somehow turn back the clock. And then 2018, as we saw the future flash before our eyes, only to be swallowed whole by that off-the-post reminder that the universe just isn't done toying with our emotions. Now, as they formulate plays in the shadows, strategizing how to break free from the chains of mediocrity, you can feel the doubt creeping in like the bitter wind off Lake Michigan, whispering in our ears that this year could fall victim to the same curses blighting us for decades. Or could this be the turning point, when we finally smash that losing streak, start stitching back together the fabric that made us an unstoppable force, and burst forth from the cocoon of disappointment? But here's the unsettling kicker. What if this year isn't the turning point, but the start of another tumultuous cycle that ingrains fear in our bones? As we pore over every draft pick and free agency acquisition, questioning if this management team truly understands what it means to wear the Bears jersey and uphold the tradition it embodies, we are left with one haunting question. Can we endure another season of chaos, with the shadows of yesteryears creeping ever closer and the realization dawning on us that for every ounce of hope, there's an equal measure of trepidation that could unleash itself at the most inopportune moment? Or perhaps, just perhaps, we poise on the brink, fingers crossed, breaths held, as we dare to believe, just once more, that amidst this turmoil, something extraordinary is about to unfold, something that will forever change the heart and soul of our beloved Bears.